Hi everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back into the Paper Castle. My challenge for today was to not buy everything at Michael's that I saw that I wanted. I've been trying so hard to be good, and I fell off the wagon today. But I could have bought a lot more, so I kind of, I guess I accomplished my challenge. I didn't buy all the things that I wanted, but I went in there for one thing, of course. I went in there for this amazing mold putty that Nancy showed in her video, because I had a bunch of jewelry pieces from garage sales that I wanted to make molds of, and I didn't have any mold and pour, so I went with my coupon to get this. So, technically, Nancy, it's your fault that I spent $30 extra. So, if it weren't for the fact that your daughter's having her Sweet 16 this weekend, I would tell you owe me $30, but I'm going to let you slide this time. So, I bought the mold putty with my coupon, and then of course I'm walking around, which I shouldn't have been, and I saw that they had this Tim Holtz paper pad, and I thought that it was one of the old ones that I already had, and then I looked at it and realized it was the seasonal one, and I just went, because I've wanted this one for a really long time, and I haven't opened this completely, but you guys all know what this looks like. All this cool Halloween stuff, Valentine's Day, Easter, Christmas, everything. And of course, when I looked at it, I saw another sign that said all the paper pads are on sale for 40 off. So this jumped in my basket. And then on the same rack that was on, I saw these, and I had to get these because of Janet. So Janet, this is your fault. But I'll let you slide too. These are all those gorgeous, like ivory colored die cuts from K&Co, and it's their, what is it, Flora and Fauna. Yeah, Flora and Fauna line. And these are so intricate and so pretty, and there's so many butterflies, and I just had to have it. And I figure I could use all these as masks and color them at the same time to use them on something else. So this was the only thing I paid full price for. I rarely pay full price for anything, but I just had to have those. And then I was walking down the clearance aisle, and they put a whole big new clearance aisle in. And so they had more of these envelopes from Christmas that have the gold like shimmer to them. So they were 99 cents for 10 of those. So I got another pack of those. And then I found this really cool wire mesh that was $4.99 a pack, and it was on sale for 99 cents. So of course anything that's 99 cents, I have to have it whether I need it or not, because we all have some kind of weird illness. So I got that too. And in the same aisle, I found some liquid Sculpey that was $8. Yeah, it was $7.99 down to $1.99. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but of course, I'm going to find some YouTube videos and find out how to make some transfers with it or something, so I can use that. I found these little flowers in the dollar bin. I had all the other felt embellishments, but the last time I was at Michael's, they didn't have these white ones. So I picked up the white ones. And then, of course, last but not least, I needed a 1.5-inch hole punch because the project that I'm working on, which I'm almost done with, of course, the size circles I need are 1.5 inches, and I also need them to cut out photos, or else I would just use my Cricut. But since I needed it to cut out pictures and need to position it right, I needed to get this. And I have every size but 1.5 inches. But this was 40 off, so it wasn't too bad. And then last night I took my son to this open house thing for school, and we ordered pizza, and we had to wait for the pizza. So then I ran into Marshall's, which wasn't good, and I found this pack of Specialty American Crafts glitter paper, which is very expensive normally, but I got 12 sheets of this, and it's really thick. It's like lightweight chipboard. But I got 12 sheets of that for $5.99, which wasn't a bad deal. But did I need it? No. And then, of course, to make matters worse, I come home from Michael's just now and open my mailbox, and there was a package from ScrapAce. They have daily deals now every day, and they have really good daily deals. They just started like a month or two ago. And I've been staying really strong, and I haven't bought anything from them except last week I fell off the wagon again because they had these great sets of Spellbinder dies. And I had to buy them because, well, they're my style with the fleur-de-lis and the keys and keyholes and all that. But my son is very into dragons and swords and Renaissance stuff. We go to the Renaissance Fair every year, and that's like his favorite day of the year is to go to the Renaissance Fair. So I bought these thinking that I could make him a card, because these are really pretty big. And if I use this sword and cross them, and he would get a kick out of that. And I love these wings. So I bought these. These were, what were these? I don't know. They were under $30 for all of them. But I will use them. So that's how I justified this purchase. I will use them. And the funny thing is that my son, he's so into like all this Renaissance stuff, and my husband is the complete opposite. He's such a gearhead, and you know, he's a mechanic and all that. But it's just, I still find it so fascinating that, you know, my husband now, he's not my son's biological father. My son, you might have heard me say this before, but my son's biological father, we lost him to cancer when my son was only 3 months old. And it just amazes me how alike they are. Because my husband, my late husband, he would have loved these. He would have loved if I made him a card with swords and shields and dragons and all that kind of stuff. And they're so much alike that it's scary. And unfortunately, my son can push the same buttons with me that my late husband could. I mean, any little annoying trait that my late husband had, my son has it in spades. It's incredible. My son always asks me, he's like, hey Mom, you know, when you get to heaven, he goes, what's the first thing you're going to do when you see Daddy? And I always look at him and I say, you know what I'm going to do? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to punch him right in the face. I'm going to punch him in the face for me stay here alone and deal with all your antics all these years. And then I'll give him a big hug, tell him I miss him, and then we could talk about, you know, what each other's been doing for the past 50, 60 years. But, you know, my son is 15 now, so he's definitely very, very challenging. But we did go to an open house last night for the Polytech at school. I brought him there on purpose because they had a visual arts program with graphic design, commercial design and advertising, 3D animation, and it was great because I actually, for the first time with a school-related thing, saw his eyes light up. And it's kind of like I saw him realize what he wanted to do with the rest of his life. So I am hopefully optimistic that, you know, this is going to kind of get him to take school a little bit more seriously. So I'll stop rambling now. And, oh, this is the one last thing I wanted to show you guys. I found this when I was clearing out my storage room, my eBay room. I bought this at a yard sale about a year ago, and it's just so neat. It's this 5-year diary, and every year you just keep writing in it every day, and then the next year you write below it, and the next year you write below that. And this one was from 1936 to 1940. And it's just so interesting to read through this. And it's falling apart, and I love the cover. And I've read things in here. I haven't read the whole thing, but I've read things in here like, you know, she went to the movies and they saw a Shirley Temple movie, and it's fascinating. And I want to use these for projects, but then again, I don't want to tear it up. But who knows? But I just had to buy this because it was like someone's life was just laying there on the table, and I had to pick it up and save it because I thought, you know, what if they don't sell it? Or are they just going to throw it in the garbage? So I couldn't bear to leave this go. So that's it for today. Like I said, my challenge was not to buy everything in Michael's. They have a whole bunch of new Paris-themed, like, home decor stuff that I was drooling over, and it was hard. But I stayed strong, kind of. And hopefully I won't have to go back in there for a long, long time. But I will talk to you guys tomorrow on day 21. This has been day 20 of Marion's 31-day challenge. So I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.